The book of Revelation, chapter 21. It says like it, chapter 12 and verse 12. And it reads, Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, all glory, all praise to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and to the Akim and the Aquat that listen and learn. To you, I say Shalom. This brother Balm Allah coming at you with a quick lesson. I don't know if it's going to be quick, but I hope and pray that it's edifying. Because, man, we're in that time. We're in this time of MOTB technology, which is the microchip technology. You hear brothers, the apostles, the elders, everyone speak on it. And we know 2/3 of you rebels are, again, kind of tired of hearing us speak about the MOT to the B. But in pursuant to the scriptures said that the spirit of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy, right? In pursuing Revelation, the 19th chapter. I think it's 19th or the 18th chapter. I have to go back and see. I think it's the 19th chapter. And so we're going to speak about it. We're going to speak about the prophecies that are about to take place, man. Again, the book of Revelation 12 and 12. Therefore, rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. And we know that devil to be what? Esau, Edom. The red man on the earth. You see my screen right there is white. There's no white man that's walking the earth that is the color of that screen right there. That where these so-called black letters are written on this white screen behind it. Just like you Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, especially you tribe of Judah, you're not black. Because I have yet to ever see a so-called black man in my life. You're brown with different shades of brown. So it's even racist to call you Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans black. And you're racist towards yourself when you call yourself black. But we know that Israel is sottish. And we know that the devil is not going to be a man in a red spandex suit with a pitchfork. Contrary to what the Christian church has taught y'all. Because you ask a Christian, they waiting for a man with a pitchfork to come out of the ground dressed in a spandex suit, to play the part of the devil. A cartoon character. That's who they waiting for. So this lesson is inspired by what? Let's go to this why human microchipping is so popular in Sweden. And let's listen to this video, and we're gonna stop it, and we're gonna get a couple precepts, and we'll close. Well, we're gonna move on to the next subject. Let's play it.
The city of Lund in southern Sweden dates back to medieval times. Over the centuries, it's witnessed plenty of change, but now there's a whole new sort of evolution going on. I'm here to meet some of the thousands of people in the country who are adapting their own bodies, who are inserting microchips under their skin.
And this is one of the ways the devil is going to come down having great wrath, man. This is one of the ways that he's going to come, because why? They're going to push this microchip technology throughout the world. This is one of the ways that he's going to come down having great wrath for you Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. So you can get your head out the sand and you can start listening to this 144 truth, man. Percent truth. Let's continue.
It means they may never have to carry a house key, train ticket, or bank card ever again. This is a microchipping party. Hannah's getting an electronic chip implanted into her hand. She believes one day we'll all be chipped like her.
She believes one day that we'll all be chipped like her. Let's go to it, man. Let's get it. The book of Revelation, chapter 13, and verse 16. And it reads, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. Verse 17, that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark of the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Verse 18, here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it's the number of a man, and his number is 666. And what does she say? Let's go back.
So congratulations, Hannah.
Thank you.
You've been shipped?
Yes, I have.
How does it feel?
It feels good. I'm excited to see what I'll be able to do now.
Can I touch it?
Yeah, you can feel it there. I feel like this is the future.
She says she feels like this is the future. Because this is the future. This is the future. This is where Esau Edom is taking this technology. This is how the Most High is going to come down. This is how the devil is going to come down, having great wrath on you Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. Let's read Revelation 12 and 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe unto the inhabitants of the earth. Woe unto you that take the microchip. For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. And he know that he got a short time, so he's going to have to try to get as many as you Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, to participate in this program of microchipping yourselves in these last days. And this video was on assignment in 2019. So we know that this technology is and continue to improve. This technology is continuing to reach the masses, man. Let's continue.
Next big thing that's going to happen. Happy Cyborg
She said the next big thing.
Happy Cyborg birthday to you. Congratulations. But is
this transhumanism, man, where you're going to merge electronic or machinery with humans, man. You often hear the apostles and the elder bishops speak about this. It's here. And Esau Edom, they had a great way, to show of you, 2/3 of you Negro, Latinos, and Native American, of you rebels, who gonna take it? Because when they had the pandemic, they came out with the assassination shots, and many of you rebels went and took the assassination shot. And many of you gonna take this MOT to the B technology as well, because y'all are rebels. Y'all are rebels. Y'all are against Hamashiach Yahushua. Let's continue. Listen.
Sci-fi, fantasy, or practicality? I want to know why anyone would want to do this. For this teenager, microchips, it seems, are in her DNA.
This is my daughter, and I'm the father.
So you're a microchip family?
We will become one now today.
Magnus and his daughter Felicia have come here together tonight because they believe this is the future. You're going to have an upgraded dad.
Yes.
As they say, it was good being a human, but being a cyborg is better. Didn't feel the same.
It's a quick, simple procedure with potentially huge significance.
Yeah, it's going to have huge significance. Let's show you what the significance of it's going to be for you Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. Let's go over one chapter. Let's go one chapter over. This is going to be the significance, for when you Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans participate in this. The book of Revelation, chapter 14, and verse 9. This is the significance of it when you participate. And a third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand. Verse 10, this is Revelation 14 and 10. The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, his righteous anger, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone, the chariots from the unidentifiable aerial phenomenons, which we know to be the angels of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh, and going to be from the intercontinental ballistic missiles that are going to be caused by World War III, with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels, pursuant to what? You go to Psalm 68, 17, the holy angels, and in the presence of the Lamb. And who is the Lamb? Hamashiach Yahweh Shah. So his righteous anger is going to be poured out against y'all for when y'all take this technology. Let's continue with this video.
So you're officially part machine. How does it feel?
This is awesome. How cool is that? Good job.
Do you think in a few years' time, in a decade perhaps, we'll all have things like this?
Yes, of course. I really do think so.
For around £130, anyone can get a tiny microchip like this inserted just beneath the...
See, 2/3 of you Negro, Latinos, Native Americans, see, oh, they charging. See, no. You know, Esau, because he's a demon, he's a devil. You know, right now over in Sweden, that's what they're doing. You know, try to make their lives a little simpler. You know, they go pay, you know, what she said, £130, and they can go get this technology. But Esau Edom, eventually, he's gonna make it mandatory throughout the four corners of the earth that everyone get this so-called technology implemented in their right hand or their forehead. And really, the Bible says your hands, left or your right hand. So he's eventually gonna, you know, because he's gonna come down having great wrath, because he knows that his time is short on the earth, man. And we know that 2/3 of you rebels, y'all gonna fall right in line, you know, that because that's what Israel do. They fall right in line, you know, with the devil.
The skin in their hands. I can't help feeling a bit squeamish about it, but maybe I'm just behind the times. It's the morning after, and I'm about to catch up with Felicia and her dad Magnus as they get to grips with their new existence. So when you woke up this morning, was it the first thing that came to your mind? How did you feel?
I felt a little bit strange because now I'm a cyborg and it feels pretty cool.
The chips in their hands use near-field communication, the same technology that allows you to pay with a contactless credit card. They can be read by...
See, when you have these other accounts telling y'all that the MOT to the B is sleeping with white women, or they tell you it's the Vatican, or they tell you that it's believing in JC, you know, they all got it wrong, man. And those camps are so proud that they'll rather continue to rest on their wickedness, you know, as opposed to telling you Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans the truth. So the truth shall set you free, right? And this is the truth, that the MOT to the B is going to be this microchip, this grain of rice that you're going to put in your right hand or your left hand. So when you have these other camps telling y'all that, you know, again, they're sleeping with white women, or is believing on the Vatican, or is believing on JC, they got it wrong. And they're too proud to even admit that they're wrong. And many of them are taking it bad. So their job is to lead you Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans into the righteous indignation of the Lord. To receive the righteous anger from the Lord, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shah, because they've taken that bag.
...a device like a smartphone.
So here I've stored my business card on my phone with my details, phone number, email address, other stuff, blood group even.
So what's the benefit?
And see, they have y'all thinking everything is for convenience, thinking that you know, you can improve your day, you know, by having this technology put in your right hand or your left hand. It's not to improve, or not for convenience, I would say. You know, you Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans would be like, well, I don't have to keep a purse on you. I don't have to keep a debit card on me. I don't have to keep my car keys on me. You know, all you got to do is just leave out the house. You know, eventually they're going to have it where you can be able to lock your doors. Over in Sweden, you can lock your doors. You can drive your car. You can do all these amazing, so-called amazing things, you know, if you have this technology. But the Most High, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, is against it. He told you, you know, what was the penalty for taking it. In the book of Revelation, I read Revelation 14:9 and 10. So it's not for convenience. It's to lead you Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, you know, out of the way of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. This is what this technology is for.
Benefit of that.
get customers or suppliers at work, they ask for my business card, and I say, scan me.
Aren't there risks involved in that as well? Could somebody pass you by and take all that information?
Yeah. Yes, it is in theory possible, but you have to be really, really close. But the main thing I think is that I choose myself what I want to store on this chip.
The people I've met.
See, right now, you can choose what you want to be stored on your chip. But see, when this devil coming down having great wrath, he gonna choose all the things that's gonna be stored, on your microchip. And cause you got to understand, you coming into a time period. Even right now, you can see that the Federal Reserve note, that fiat money is eventually is gonna be reduced to what? Just trash. Your greenbacks are gonna be reduced to trash. So the devil, the Oppenheimers, the Rothschilds who own all the banks, you Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans don't understand that they own the banking industry, that they gonna what? They gonna give you guys a universal basic income. So when you're no longer be able to say that you make $200,000 or $300,000 a year, because they're gonna give y'all a monthly stipend. And in that monthly stipend, they're going to dictate whether you can spend your money on food, whether you can spend your money on entertainment, whether you can spend your money on clothing. See, they're going to be in charge of everything because they're going to be able to read, that microchip that's going to be in you. It's going to be on a database. And we don't know how it's going to be set up, but it's going to be someone there that's going to be looking at it, and they're going to have a printout, or they'll be looking at everything that you do on a daily basis. They're going to have these 15-minute cities where if you leave out of your zone, that, you're going to be hit, you're going to be dinged, so to speak. If you buy too much meat, they're going to ding you, and they're going to turn off your chip. If you drive your car so much, if you drive your car maybe 5 or 10 times out of the week. Why? Because your carbon footprint is going to be too large. And they're going to tell you, like, your carbon footprint, you've exceeded your carbon footprint for the day or for the last 2 days. So you're not going to be able to drive your car. So when you go out there, they're going to have it where your car won't start. You got to understand, man, that these devils, they 150,000 moves ahead of you Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. See, these guys, they on here to make y'all thinking that it's going to be like the thing to do. This is the thing to do right now. But it's not, because you're giving up all your freedoms. And 2/3 of you Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, you rebels, y'all are willing to give away your freedoms. And then while you're giving away your freedoms, you're not even serving the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah.
So far, don't seem to have any concerns about blurring the lines between man and machine. Hannes has made it his mission to convince more of us to get microchips. He's what's known as a biohacker, someone who wants to improve their body with technology.
See, they want you to improve your body with technology. See, they always trying to play God. That's one thing about Esau Edom. They always trying to play God. Matter of fact, I'm in Thessalonians. Let's go to 2 Thessalonians. Let's go to 2 Thessalonians. Let's go to 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 3. It said, "Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and the man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition." And that's what he's being revealed as, the son of perdition, man. Verse 4, "Who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple as God, showing himself that he is God Yahweh." And that's exactly what he want to do.
What's wrong with just having contactless payment cards? We've all got phones. We've all got a set of keys. What's the point?
The point is to reduce the hassle of exactly these things.
Isn't that just the ultimate laziness?
No, it's convenience.
See, and that's all they talk about is convenience. But we're gonna go back to. Let me rewind in just a second. When she first sat down at the table with this clown, right here. Let's see. There you go.
Known as a biohacker, someone who wants to improve their body with technology.
See, improve their body with technology. And all these guys are set up. They're set up for this. They're all set up. And you Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, y'all going to be set up for the fall. Y'all going to be set up for the okie doke. So we're going to close that out, man. I'd beat a dead horse with that. You Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans need to be repentant. And y'all don't need to take this RFID technology because we know it's to be the MOT to the B. Let's go back now. We're just going to jump to something else real quick. Let's look at this right here, man. What you see right here is a bunch of housing projects. Let's look at this, a bunch of housing projects. You see, Jake, that's what they do. They stack us in the worst conditions on the earth. Now, a lot of these housing projects have been torn down. You know, different cities throughout the United States, they tear them down, and they give you the so-called black woman a Section 8 voucher. See, they replaced the housing projects with Section 8 vouchers now. What they're saying, so they're trying to improve your conditions, but yet they want to keep you down, you know, in the worst conditions society has to offer. You know, just look, man. Just look. And we're going to, you know, and I was reading 2nd Ezra, the 10th chapter, and we're going to go right to it, man. And we're going to start at verse 21. You know, you have to go read this, man, and this really talking about a parable. You know, really, and it's all it's talking about is Yasharallah, Jerusalem, as a nation as a whole, man. You have to go read it, though. I prefer, for you 2/3 rebels, I suggest that y'all get with a man of the Lord to read it so that they can really break it down to you the correct way. Because we know that 2/3 of the rebels, they can't. Y'all have a hard time comprehending. You know, just put it bluntly. Y'all have a hard time with comprehension skills. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 10 and verse 21. For thou seest that our sanctuary is laid waste, our altars broken down, our temples destroyed, our temple destroyed. And we're talking about 70 AD, but we're going to apply this even to 2023, you know, because our temples are destroyed, our sanctuary broken down, in pursuant Psalms, the 83rd chapter. You know, you Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, all the nations that came up against us. Let's continue reading. This is 2nd Ezra 10 and verse 22. It says, our psaltery is laid on the ground. Our song is put to silence. Our rejoicing is at an end. And the song was this 100% truth, was the Holy Scriptures. It was put to the silence for a time. But now that song we're singing that song. The hopeful elect, the hopeful 1/3, the 144 men of the governing body, and that innumerable multitude, we're singing that song. It's no longer put to silence. Our rejoicing is at an end. You know, during this time, you know, during the 70 AD, you know, and when the other nations came up against us, our rejoicing came to an end. It said the light of our candlestick is put out. You know, what? This knowledge, the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, it was put out. It said the ark of our covenant is spoiled. Our holy things are defiled. And the name that is called upon us is almost profane. And the name that is called upon us is almost profane. Where they called us what? Especially the tribe of Judah. You went, and one of the brothers posted it. I can't remember who it was. He posted all the names that Esau had given us since we came over here on this captivity. Black, Afro-American, colored, Negro, African-American. You know, our names, man, almost profane, almost have been profane. Our children are put to shame. Let's go back to some of the images, man. And there ain't a whole lot of images, but this how our children are put to shame, man. Where they have to play jumping off the iron, the beam stab. Look how kids put to shame. A time when everybody wearing the long ass white tees, you know, with the baggy jeans. Now they wearing the skin tight jeans. Got our kids on the monkey bars and stuff. You know, look, Closed in. You see that fence? Closed in. Where they telling the white people to stay out and Jakes, y'all can go in. These are old images. Just look, man. Put to shame. Look at that. Israelite children. Put to shame. Look at this. They probably had one room in that whole house, the kitchen and one bedroom. Look at this. Look at this image. That's put to shame, man. Look at the conditions. You know, you got a wood backboard. That's probably in the early 70s right there. Early 70s. The wooden backboard. They used to use back in the day, man. When I was growing up, we would take the spokes off of a bicycle tire and staple it up, and nail it up against a wood on the light pole and play basketball. That shows you the condition that we was in, and that was the early 70s, man. When I say the early 70s, I mean the 70s. Many of y'all don't know anything about that. You had to play basketball with a bicycle tire, taking the spokes out, tying up against a piece of wood and making us basketball a goal. Look at Jake them. 10 most dangerous housing projects in Baltimore. Let's continue reading. It say our children are put to shame, our priests are burnt, our Levites are going into captivity, our virgins are defiled. You know why? Because what the Esau Edom pushed, here in America, Babylon the Great, along with the so-called end-of woman. What she do? She'll tell you that she's just dating. What will her mother tell her? Go out there and experience different Johnsons. Don't just settle with the first Johnson you meet. Go meet a lot of Johnsons, because you don't know which Johnson you're going to like better. See, our virgins are defiled. Our wives are ravished. How did our wives get ravished, man? Because Jake, one of the biggest adulterers on the planet Earth. Even when we was coming over here on the transatlantic slave trade, man, what did Esau Edom do? They ravished our wives, man, with the other nations. It's our righteous men are carried away. We was carried away in captivity. Our little ones destroyed. We just showed you all these pictures of our little ones destroyed. What? Because they're in the gang violence. Our young men are brought into bondage. Our strong men have become weak. And we became weak because we separated ourselves from the Lord, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shah. Verse 23, and which is the greatest of all? The seal of Zion have now lost her honor. How do we lose our honor, man? Because the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, he gave us what? He gave us laws, statutes, commandments. That was the seal. That was our seal. Verse 23, and which is the greatest of all? The seal of Zion, the seal of Yasharallah, of you Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, Jerusalem, have now lost her honor, for she is delivered into the hands of them that hate us. Why? Because, man, matter of fact, let's go right here. Let's go to the book of Deuteronomy, man. Let's go to the book of Deuteronomy. Lost power. Lost. Connected. Okay. We connected. Oh, there it goes. It's right there. Boy, I'm just tripping. Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4. Let's go back to 2nd Ezra 10 and 23. It says, and which is the greatest of all? The seal of Zion have now lost her honor. And how do we lose our honor, man? For she is delivered into the hands of them that hate us. And the book of Deuteronomy told us, man, the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Let's read it. We're going to start at verse 1. Deuteronomy chapter 4 and verse 1. This is how we lost our seal. Now therefore hearken, O Israel, unto the statutes and to the judgment which I teach you, for to do them that ye may live, and go in and possess the land which the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, the power of your fathers, given you. Verse 2. You shall not add unto the word which I command you, neither shall ye diminish aught from it. that ye may keep the commandments of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua your power, which I command you. Verse 3, it says, your eyes have seen what the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua did because of Baal Peor. For all the men that follow Baal Peor, the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua thy power have destroyed them from among you. Verse 4, but ye that did cleave unto the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua your power are alive, every one of you, this day. And we're talking about the men that are standing upon their feet to the day. He's talking about the elect. Verse 5, behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua my power commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whether you go to possess. Verse 6, this is how we lost our seal. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom, your seal, and your understanding in the sight of nations, which shall hear of all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. Verse 7, for what nation is there so great, who have God so nigh unto them, as the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua our power is in all things that we call upon him for. So the Lord Yahweh, verse 8, and what nation is there so great that have statutes and judgments so righteous as all the law which I set before you this day? Let's continue reading. It said, verse 9, it said, only take heed to thyself and keep thy soul diligently, lest thou forget the things which thy eyes have seen, lest they depart from thy heart all the days of thy life, but teach them to thy sons and to thy sons and thy sons' son. See, the Lord gave us the seal, but we didn't keep that. We didn't keep the law, statutes, commandments to the best of our abilities, man. We didn't keep the law, statutes, commandments. So the Lord delivered us into the hands of all our enemies that hate us, man. And Esau said he hated his brother. You go into Genesis, 27th chapter. He said, for time for mourning for my father Isaac are over. Then when I slay my brother Jacob. So this devil, they hate us, and all the nations hate us. And when we say all the nations, we'll use the Esau name that he gave everybody. The so-called Chinese, the so-called Japanese, the so-called Israelites, the so-called Elamites. They all hate you, Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. All you got to do is pull up on the videos, and all they do is what? Is talk about what a disgusting people the Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans are, but more specifically, how disgusting you so-called Negroes are. But it's time to repent, man, because what? We got Jacob's trouble is slowly fast, is approaching, and many of us are already into it. You got World War III. You got a mandatory implementation of the microchip, which is the MOT to the B, which is the C hip. All these things about to play out on the planet Earth. It's time to repent and call on the name of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. So we're going to close it out there. I pray this lesson has been edifying. And really the name of this lesson is We Told You So. So in closing, I want to give all honor, all glory, all praise to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Bashem Yahushua, Bashem Kakadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and to the Akim and the Akwap that are listening and learning. To you, I say Shalom.